Fishing is so stupid. Everyone is always like, gone fishing, acting like that's easy and normal. No, not easy, not normal. First of all, you have to get worms. Like, go to the worm store and get a little container of worms. Are you kidding me? Container of worms? Then, get this. You get to the place, like where you're supposed to do the fishing, and you open the container of worms, and the first worm you see in there is wearing a little hat. I'm sorry, a little hat? This is actually so bogus. And the hat is like a tiny newsboy cap. Like, what? You're telling me this worm is doing news? That's rich. So you start putting the worm on the hook, and then it starts going like, extra, extra, guy putting worm on hook. And then it pulls out a tiny little newspaper, and the front page is a picture of you putting the worm on the hook. Like, who even took that picture? But you're like, whatever, I came out here to go fishing. So you send that sucker in, kerplunk, and then you're chilling. And then you feel something, and you reel it in, and it's like straight up a fish. And you're like, wait, fishing is goated. And then you see some other fishing guy totally looking at you. And he's like, have you seen this? And he shows you his phone, and it's like some live stream of like these bugs sitting at a tiny news anchor desk. And they're talking about you putting worm on a hook. And they keep cutting to like old pictures of you partying in college. Like, what? And then you get a call. And it's your boss, and they're like, there's a lot of stuff surfacing about you online. And then you get totally canned, and it's like, you were just trying to go fishing. And then the fish you caught is like,
don't worry, dude, it'll cool down.
And you're like, what? And the fish is like,
I got busted a few years ago, just for fooling around. The media doesn't want fish having any fun anymore. I have some podcasts I can send you.
And you're like, get out of here talking about podcasts. And you throw the fish back in the water. Kerplunk. And it turns out you left the container of worms open, and the photographer worm takes a picture of you throwing the fish. And they publish this piece about how you saved this fish's life. And everyone agrees to forgive you for the thing with the worm because of this new fish thing. And then your boss calls you and gives you your job back. And everything turns out fine, pretty much. But like, the whole thing is just kind of a headache. Like, for nothing. You know?